Welcome to the show that teaches you the things your parents and teachers are too afraid to, the Helios blog. Today, John Zherka coming back to Fresh and Fit. Let's see.
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
Okay.
And all they talk about is, do you want something? If you want something, you never get it. I will have, I will have, I will have. Have you noticed people always talk about I will have and they never actually do it? And all of Myron's content is, since the Kabbalion with the law of correspondence and everything, it only talks about being. I will be. Myron never talks about the future and the past like us who are trying to motivate people. If you talk about the future or the past, you be what you are today. You
gotta do it, man. You gotta
actively.
You gotta do it right then and there. I mean, I tell people all the time, man. Hey, like instead of like you should be doing some push-ups or working out as you're watching Fresh and Fit or some shit. Like don't be.
No, but I always found it stupid how I'm like, why does Myron talk in the now? Shouldn't he say in the future when they go to the gym and stuff? And your whole point is the energy is the only energy in life is now. You get stuck thinking about maybe I'll go to the gym in an hour. You never go to that. If you get stuck into this dualistic thinking, you never do it. So when Myron says stuff,
yeah, if not now, then when? If not me, then who?
Do some workouts. You're always talking in the now, and you're the highest paid YouTuber in 2 years of doing this shit. So
we're
is
demonetized now, so we ain't getting paid nothing. But yo, Zherka, when you coming back to Miami?
They're demonetized and make more money off donations than YouTube, than most YouTubers.
This week, I just gotta grab my shit in LA. But yeah, sometime this week. Why? Is it urgent?
No. I'm just curious about when you're coming back, bro, so that we can do something.
Well, I'm living there. When I come back, all this stuff will be moved. I'll be living there and shit like that. And I'll tell you this, man, Myron, you stoked a lot of hate from all these influencer guys who are like, why can't we have Zherka? What the bro? All Myron is saying is, if you're doing good content, Zherka will be there. If we're doing degenerate shit, he's not gonna be there because it's kind of just spirals, bro. Well, there's a lot of people hating on you right now.
Yeah, they're gonna hate on me. I mean, look, man, I just have your best interests at heart, man. I just obviously the last time you were here, you got in a little altercation, which obviously could have been 100% avoided had you been with the right people. And I think, it's very important to surround yourself with certain individuals that will keep you away from doing, shit that could hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I also feel like at the end of the day, people who want to destroy themselves, destroy their lives, it's up to us, and we choose that. So I don't want to blame these other guys, but I have no idea why they're so mad at you. I'm like, why the f is people mad at Myron? Myron has never talked to me about anything except going to the next level. And then I looked at it, I'm like, I don't think you can talk about anything else. You can only talk about going to the next level, right? And what is this, a sabotage? Who the f is this?
This is a clip.
No,
I'm just
I don't want beef, bro. Because bro, I saw Mike is all mad at Myron. I don't want you guys doing the beef. Don't play that clip.
I'm not playing it. Well, it's basically just talking about what we're speaking about. I mean, Myron just said this like 2 nights ago. Don't play it. You want me to play it?
No, don't. Because I'll tell you this: I've never in my life seen people so angry. Like this guy's calling Sneako this and Myron that, and I'm like, it's gonna be awkward for me. I want you guys all to be.
Look,
let
me be
I want to get
clear
steak
about
dinner.
this.
Can I get steak dinner with everyone?
Let me just address this. I don't have a problem with any of these dudes, bro. I really don't. I don't have an issue with them personally, whatever it may be. All I'm saying is that when you're drinking all the time, when you're partying, etc., things get a little bit foggy. The best decisions aren't always made, and sometimes these decisions can have long-lasting consequences that you can't necessarily turn back from. That's what I'm saying. And I think when you're a public figure,
Myron is very straight-laced. He sounds like a cop. It's pretty funny.
And you have a platform and people listen to you, etc. You have to move with even more precision, and you have to move with a bit more caution. So this is not a knock on those other guys. It is what it is. Like they want to do what they want to do. That's fine. But I'm just saying for someone like you, Zherka, right? Like, I think it's very important for you to just move a certain way, man, because you got a good head on your shoulders. You're a smart guy. You know what the f- is going on.
I'll tell you this. It is dangerous that I'm at the top of my sales game now. And obviously, that crazy stuff adds to the sales, which I shouldn't see it like that, because then you always want to do something crazy and stupid and shit like that. You should see it as psychic health too. But also, one in the chat, if you guys remember this, I could not go to one creator's house without the top 1,000 upvoted comments saying, Zherka, you're only cool when you're around Myron and Sneako. Everyone else in Miami's like, stay the f- away from them. And I kept seeing this comment. And I'm like, bro, I'm fake if I'm not around my people. I gotta be around all people. No, I don't. No, I don't. I gotta be around people who literally everything goes great with you guys. And for some reason, if there's a acting up at like Moshi Moshi or wherever the f- we go, you guys just go home. You guys don't entertain the bullshit. No. And then I'm around people who are addicted to entertaining that. I'm like, yeah, I'll use their for the sales, the commercial. Dude, that's the dumbest shit. I could have literally, I'll tell you this, I can do what I'm trying to do by just having a Sneako and Myron collab. But you know,
here's the other thing too, man. Like, people are interested in the things that we got to say. I mean, hell, when we sat there with Nick, like, to this day, people still talk about that stream and the discussion.
Free in the chat, we're the first ones to talk about it.
Yeah, so before October 7th, we had that discussion, right? And to this day, Media Matters is still writing articles on that collab. That's how much we broke, you know, the Overton. We destroyed that Overton window that these the Daily Wire are talking about. But what I'm trying to say is that, look, dude, I don't have an issue with Heel Mike or Jack Doherty, any of these guys. I'm just saying, look, man, maybe you don't want to drink so much when you're around them. That's all. Be careful. That's all, man. No, like, I get it, because they make a different type of content, and that's fine. It's entertaining, whatever.
No, I like the way you do things, yeah. Myron. Myron will take us to dinner. He'll take all the and us to dinner, and then Myron will just be like, yeah, don't stay alone with some of these girls. These girls, they can make up a lie about you and shit. And when I hang out with those other guys, it's kind of like, where's the new content now?
Indeed. Yeah, it's very dystopian. Myron's like a CYA. Cover your own, you know? He, again, as I said, sounds like a cop.
It's always, where's the new content? And in my head, I'm thinking like, how many headaches can I avoid if I just do the work and go home? That's literally what you guys do. Fresh isn't an Aventador. Is this true? Am I the last one to find this out? Fresh you bought $1 million liability? What the fuck are you doing,
yeah, bro? Aventador, yeah.
Because I saw that clip late, and Martin, you look so angry at him when he's like, I had to do it. I think about it this way.
Hey, man, he's a bro. What do you expect? But no, I look forward to you coming, bro. And like I said before, no dig at those guys. They make different types of content. It's fine. I'm just saying, like, you know, you just gotta be careful sometimes. You know what I mean? To make good decisions.
Myron, yeah. Are you writing another book?
I've thought about it.
I'm telling you, bro, you should have 10 by the end of this year. Book after book after book. I've been reading about this shit, bro. You write 10 books, one cracks on Amazon, and you make 100 mil right there. And bro, Why Women is the greatest shit I've ever read.
I released it on Valentine's Day too.
I'll tell you this: as much as I love Sneako, he could never write a book that I'll read. Sneako doesn't have the mind, bro. Sneako, I'm sorry, you're for entertainment.
I'll take that challenge.
Yeah, write a book. Write a book. Let's see.
I'll write a book. I'll write it just for you.
And yo, check this out.
Yo, Zherka, question for
Martin,
you.
Can I tell you why I want to? Can I tell you?
What the hell? No.
Check this out. I your podcast 100 times and I forgot to plug my website. I plugged my website 5 times and I'm making 5 times more money. How come no one reminded me? If I plugged my website every show, I would have 10 Ferraris right now. I spent a year doing things backwards. What the?
Hey, you good, bro. You'll be back next week, so
you better spam that link, bro.
What day do you get in?
You gotta plug it. Maybe I was stupid. I always I do my ads at the end of the show. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I should just do it like 5 times throughout the show. But I think people will quit though. Like if somebody did that while I was listening, I'd get mad and I'd probably quit. So again, I'm just gonna stick to the model, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. You know, like I'm sure some people appreciate that I'm not like constantly shitting, I would appreciate it.
I haven't bought the ticket yet. Anytime you guys want. Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while since we spoke, bro. What are your thoughts on? Because we haven't spoke actually since before this conflict. I mean, what are your thoughts on what's going on over there on, post October 7th on the other side of the world? I mean, we've been talking about this shit since before that, but what are your thoughts?
When's the last time you guys spoke?
It's
Well,
been
actually-
before a while. It's been a very long
Yeah,
time.
it's been a while. Well, actually, Myron, you did send me some messages. Get on the show. You did say that.
Yeah,
You said get on the show.
Like,
Because
we go back and forth on work shit, but like, I haven't asked him about like political stuff. I haven't asked him.
But
about,
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I worry about us, our kind of channels, because there are Talmudic texts and rabbis explaining what they mean, and they say in a lot of these texts, there will be times where we will do atrocities against all human morality just to see which nations rise up and which nations have the balls to try and prosecute the, and then we will destroy those nations. That's why I guarantee you, Myron, Nick, and all of Sneako, they're all gonna get scrubbed from Twitter, because right now they're letting you rise to see where you guys are, and they're gonna hammer you guys because they have this real power. That's why I say, yeah, you can feel like, oh, Nick's back on Twitter. You shouldn't behave like that. You should still be careful, because what do they do every political cycle? They let you rise. They see which heads are out of the ground, and they hammer each head. And that's why I said, Elon, you guys, I don't know if you guys are like these right-wingers making him a hero. I don't think Elon's a hero. I think it's a huge trap for Nick, for you guys. They're baiting you into using words like and this and that on Twitter.
Fresh said that too.
Guaranteed.
Fresh thinks that too.
They tried to, after the Twitter space, they got Nick on one, but I don't think it was that hard, but the Krasensteins tried tweeting like, Nick says that I shouldn't be able to run for public office.
That immediately.
Nick says that I shouldn't be able to run for public office because I'm. But literally right before that clip, he said, like, they pressed me. He's like, Sneako, the here. Nick thinks that it should just be Christians. You can't run for public office. I'm like, I understand why he says that. He thinks that the United States is a Christian nation. It makes sense. But the clip is just can't run for office.
No, have no rights.
Have no rights. Not have no rights.
Yeah, he tried to say that Nick said that have no rights, and that's not what he said.
But I don't think they're. So far, he's been good. Like, it hasn't...
Yeah.
The Overton window's being pushed. Like, just now, Tim Pool was
There it is. There it is. There's the naive trap for Sneako. The Overton window's being pushed like they don't push it back to where the they want. The second you feel the Overton window's been pushed, they're going to hammer you guys hard as... That's why I say be careful, because it says the Moshiach, for the Moshiach nations, we let... the Edom, the people, the Edomites, the people of Rome or Europeans, we let them rise just so we know who to hammer. We don't know who to hammer. The Moshiach's people, we need to know who to hammer. They're literally, Sneako has lost 2 million followers falling for this trap. If Sneako read his DMs when I barely knew him, my DM kept saying, all you got to do is push back and make a few jokes and you can keep your channel. You can see the DMs. I kept saying this to Sneako. We lost 2 million. And I'm telling you this, Sneako's saying right now the Overton window's being pushed. He's already in their snare. He's in their trap. That's why I say I don't care if you feel like you're with Tate and Nick and all the. I don't care how bold you feel on Twitter. I'm always going to be on Fresh's side. I'll always tell you when it's censorship time, when they're done the little political games, you're getting hammered. You're getting hammered hard. You don't need to be hammered. When I told this to Nick, he said, "Yeah, I'm going to be playing it correct on Twitter." He's not playing it aggressive. I think Sneako's because Sneako just said he's feeling cozy, Myron. Do you feel that cozy that the Overton window's pushed? We're free. We can say whatever we want. We're not free. The Overton
is true. You can't. I mean, that's intuitively obvious. We know this, right? It's a kind of, to be honest, kind of why I became like a reposting YouTube channel is for this reason. Right, because, like, ultimately, it's like riding the coattails, right? But the idea is, they're not going to come off the riding the coattails guy, because the riding the coattails guy will just ride a different coattail, right? They'll come after the originals that the riding the coattails guy is copying, right? Or do you get the idea?
window is not pushed. It's shifted, and it's shifted with a law of correspondence, a pendulum.
Yeah,
Don't
okay, so
ever
you didn't hear what I finished saying. You're never going to be cozy, but the fact that we have Twitter and
No, Sneako, your thinking is going to make Myron say some shit and lose his whole Twitter and shit.
Right.
Your
so
thinking is
Myron,
crazy.
He's an independent person, so he could say what he wants to say, not say. I'm saying that now that we have these platforms, X and Rumble are going to grow even more. The biggest reason that we know the Overton window is pushed is now you can say publicly, and then people don't cry about it. We were able to push it quite a bit. A couple of years ago, if you said, they would write articles about you. Now that's normal part of everybody.
Oh, did you push it? Then what happened to your Instagram?
Yeah, I lost it, but who cares?
Yeah, what happened? No. You pushed it, so where the is your Instagram?
And then people come over to Twitter and Rumble. That doesn't.
He's happy with the loss. Well, we'll just go to. You lost an Instagram because you thought you pushed the window.
But we're winning.
They're letting you think that. They're letting you.
We're winning the narrative war. Obviously, it's better to have Instagram, but we're
one
winning
in the chat. One in the chat. If Myron and Sneako should not feel safe at all, because Nick is on Twitter is not why you should feel safe. That is the biggest trap. That is the biggest trap I've ever seen, dude. And Sneako, you lost 2 million subs, and you're still following. Well, I lost my Instagram. It's the same trap for you, bro. And I'll tell you this, Myron doesn't give a. I remember Myron looked me in the eye and said, I'll do it again. I put Donkey Kong on the profile picture again. And I'm like, okay, if you feel like that, I'm not going to argue with you. But Sneako, I'll tell you this. The clip you see of Zherka predicting the future is going to come at the cost of your channels, bro.
What are you predicting?
Stuck on just Rumble.
What are you predicting exactly?
I guarantee you, the only reason they're letting us
He'll get kicked off YouTube, basically.
go wild on Twitter, I guarantee you, is to see which heads come out of the sand. Then they're going to hammer every single head, just like they did in 2016, 17, 2018, 19, excuse me. They're going to do this. And, man, I saw everyone rejoice in Nick Fuentes coming back. And I said, guys, this is exactly what they want. Because now you're going to say something that's too far. Now you're going to go too far. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Myron, you got to feel like it's a trap. Am I the only one?
Well, Fresh has mentioned that too, that Twitter's, he thinks it's a trap as well. But my thing is, I think you can touch on the truth, right, and talk about it. You just have to phrase it correctly, and you have to go about it the right way. And it can't be the predominant type of content. So I criticize a bunch of different things, right? I don't just criticize. I criticize idiots. I criticize stupidity. I think it's. I talk about Ukraine being a. I think as long as you're like.
That's fine.
Yeah, you got to.
That's fine.
You just can't always be like. If you do that.
No. Right now, they tricked Jake Shields into talking about it on Twitter, and no one in the right wing told Jake Shields he's up. They tricked him into those.
You know what's funny though about Jake?
Memes.
Jake is like the ratio king, bro. He cooks everybody.
Yeah. But Myron, here's what you're saying. If you're the ratio king, it means you're saying the whole truth. If you're saying the whole truth, they're gonna hammer you up.
Yeah, you get fired. Exactly.
Hard. If you're making memes about these ones, I'm telling you, are the ones that are gonna come back.
Jake doesn't make memes on.
He does.
But
we all do. Well, I don't see.
No,
you're
Jake
not saying
is
anything
harder
new.
than anyone.
You're not saying anything new that we're saying just because Nick's reinstated. I've been making jokes, and I've been making jokes about the same thing for 2 years straight on Twitter. What am I going to say now that I haven't been saying before?
Well, I'll tell you this. All I want you guys to do is
They're just looking for an excuse.
Not answering the question. You're saying that I should live in fear and that I'm being hopeful.
No.
Overton window. No, be specific.
Well,
my
you're in
Instagram
fear
got banned.
anyway. I'll say this.
No, but what's going to change?
Just fear.
Tell me what's going to change now that Nick's back. What are we going to say that's different?
The only thing that's different is you're going to go from these professional memes to, like that emotional topic. They want that emotional charge. They want that from you. You're going to go a little edgier. And all I'm saying is, if you want to be edgy on a podcast, that's fine, because you can unravel it. But on Twitter or Instagram, why did you?
But you didn't even mention anything about. Did you even mention anything about on IG?
Honestly, no, I didn't.
Yeah, they'll get They're just, as I said, they're just looking for an excuse. Oh, they're looking to take it out of context, basically, and screw them over.
I never said anything. The last post on my Instagram was me training during Ramadan. It's a training and fasting reel.
Same, bro. Like,
but I'm not going to say anything new. I've been saying this stuff like
okay, all right. But I just
years.
don't want you. I don't want your mindset to be Nick is back. Nick Fuentes
Fuck
is
IG.
back on.
Yeah, I just
Check- You guys
You know
are,
who the head of IG is, right?
Yeah.
Adam Asari.
My
Ding.
biggest fear is you guys
Zuckerberg,
thinking Nick Fuentes is back because the good guys are winning. That if you think like that, you are so fucked.
Nobody thinks
if
that.
it's the most obvious trap.
Nobody thinks that. I mean, it's a big win for free speech, and I'm glad Elon did it. But there's a lot of work that needs. There's still going on. Like we haven't won at all, but we're taking steps in the right direction. That's all.
I'll tell you this too. Like, when we see, this is what I'm gonna say. When we had that first discussion, I'll never forget. It was right here with Nick on, and we had that 6 hours?
Yeah.
We had a 6-hour long discussion on American foreign policy, Talmud, etc. We talked about a bunch of stuff, right? American foreign policy with other countries, Russia. We talked about all these different things, and it was a taboo time to talk about that stuff. We got on the radar immediately. Next thing you know, people are starting to deal with bans and all this other shit. But now, after October 7th, bro, the discussion is now open. Everyone and their mom is talking about Israel now. So it's like, now they can't single people out like they used to before. Now, am I saying that we're all safe forever? No, of course not. Of course not. But I'm glad that the discussion at least can be like had. Like, I'm even seeing people talking about this shit I'm seeing people even talking about this shit on YouTube now versus no one will talk about it on YouTube ever before.
Mine, you're killing it because yours is all professional. But there was a time where you would throw on a costume. All I'm saying is you can't bust that out, right? Whatever Myron's been doing for the last 8 months is the best Myron.
Don't hold him back. I want to see him unleashed, bro. Bring back the Myron next time you come on stream.
No.
Inshallah, bring it back.
I have the full costume now.
I'll wear it too if you come back. I don't know.
It is weird that Myron, no one's done that since 2001 LimeWire.
This is like Dave Chappelle era.
Yeah, it's so weird that Myron's like, what? You guys don't think I'm that funny? Let me put that.
Look how many more people. I saw a lot of the kick stream. I saw Your Age talk about how they predominantly control the world. I saw Andrew Schultz talk about how many people like Tim Pool is now talking about Fuentes. After
All cowards, by the way.
Did you guys see Tim Pool and Jake Shields go back and forth on X?
Yeah.
Yo, Tim didn't want to. I mean, why does Tim just look? I like Tim, but why doesn't he just be honest and say, "Bro, I don't want to bring Nick on because I don't want to be on YouTube's radar." Just admit it, bro.
That's kind of what he said, just on a big yap.
No, Tim Pool.
And here's the other thing: no one wants to debate Nick on American foreign policy because they'll lose. That's another thing too that I also want to mention. Like, it's an indefensible position to support America supporting. It's an indefensible position. It was an indefensible position before October 7th. Now it's even more of an indefensible position. I mean, hell, even Biden's caving. He talk about, I don't know if I'm going to send ammunition over there. He knows that it's a losing situation as well. So no one can debate on that. Is there anyone who's the biggest voices that support supporting at this
Propaganda
point that has like a big platform, political commentator?
Ben Shapiro, Destiny, Jordan Peterson.
Those are three?
Those are the top three, yeah.
And they constantly get like Ben Shapiro gets shit on
ratioed
Twitter.
every single time.
He gets ratioed every single time. Yeah. Like Jackson Hinkle and Jake Shields are literally like just like boom. Every time he posts something, just immediate ratio.
Lucas Gage too. Like we need to add him to the Red Pill Avengers, man. Lucas Gage heavy, man. But he said he started saying that he's gonna dial it back a little bit. He pushed over to window enough. But he was posting AI translated speeches. Straight up, like he's like posting full on. Like, I wonder why they tried to. Like, he was going hard, and it's important to do stuff like this. Even though like people criticize a lot of the Fresh and Fit and criticize Myron for putting on the. I think being able to joke about these things is extremely important because it gets rid of that taboo. It's talking about like the funniest thing is talking about what everybody's afraid to speak about, and I think that opened up the door.
Charlie Kirk too is a huge. Yeah. Charlie Kirk is
all
too.
of Nick Fuentes' opposition.
I'll tell you this. Your chat's cool, but none of them talk about this at their jobs. They're all cowards, and you know it. So don't think you're not going to get hammered because they're going to egg you on to talk about it. Yeah. You're going to get hammered hard. All I'm saying is play it like Myron. The last 8 months, Myron's been professional. Literally got everyone on he wanted to debate, and no costumes. That's all I'm saying. That we were wildin', bro.
Hey, I look back on that month of June last year. On channels, making
I like
noises.
that we submit. Like Myron's like, so who's the most masculine? And Sneako and I just tapped out.
It was funny, bro. Now I'm about to bring the shit back, man.
What did you do with
that sodomite? You know what I mean? Like, bro, Oh man,
Wait, what happened to Abba and Preach? Are they still on YouTube and shit?
they're still, bro. They made almost
Those guys are a joke.
50 videos on us now.
Are they still relevant?
Nah, bro. Nah, to be honest with you, like, no one gives a fuck about them.
And Ethan, you beat recently.
Yeah, Ethan, dude, it was hilarious. So Ethan tried to debate, right? And he tried to ask me about how many of them died, blah, blah. I was like, I don't know, bro. Because he tried to, because I made a tweet and I said Europa is a base documentary. And he was like, how's Europa a base documentary? I was like, have you seen it? He was like, no. I was like, all right, watch it and then come back to me and then we can talk about it.
He's just trying to get the setup trap.
He's trying to get it set up, and I'm like, I know
he wants to get the clip farm. The bob and weave. And again, Zherka, I don't know if you saw it, but Ethan Klein called me out to a debate last month. Yeah. And then I said I wanted to speak about it. And then he said, I can't talk about this. It's
what over there?
So how does this...
What over there, right?
Yeah, it's under the table.
Wait, how does this work? Is Hassan Piker with Ethan, or they split?
So Hassan and Ethan, they split apart because that's the major issue that they disagree about. So they can't do their podcast anymore. That's Hassan's major issue right now. He's going on Piers Morgan doing this, and Ethan is married to a literal. So we can't talk about this. So Ethan's content is talking about Precious, like alleged baby mama and garbage, but they have the same demographic. But the biggest issue they can't speak about. So Ethan lost all credibility as a political streamer because he called me out and he said I'm dumb and that he would destroy me debate. I said let's do. And then he ran away. I'm gonna keep on pressing him about
this. And it's LL. He's never gonna do it. And I'll tell you why. The reason why is because his fan is mostly left leaning, and we know that the left supports. And honestly, a lot of the right does too. This is one topic that like both sides actually agree. So for him, it's an L because if he talks about it, right, he's gonna ostracize his entire audience. But at the same time, if he talks about it and says anything negative, his wife is gonna be like, "What the? How do you not?" Because his wife is like a hardcore, like that's how we met.
Disaster. All right, let's end the video there. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit all notifications, drop me a donation. Like Hunter M, Adrian, Tommy, Bobby, Dylan, Renaissance Press, Brian, Andrew, and Alan. Shout out to you, most recent purchase of Strategist Guide Seduction. Go buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. If you'd like to get early access to my videos, it's on my Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. And if you'd like good advice, like what Myron might give you, just message me at theheliosblog@gmail.com and I'll slot you right in. Thank you so much for listening, guys, especially if you listen to the end. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.